Hello everyone, it's GG Calvin. Welcome to another Relax With Me episode inside GTA 4. I'm here as a cozy gamer, trying to bring that cozy game aesthetic to GTA 4. So we're focusing less on missions, combat, more on just, exploring the space, exploring the atmosphere. I actually turned down the music and the sound effects, so feel free just to settle in, take a nap, rest, listen. If you know my YouTube channel, the content that I am producing is really meant to bring a calm and restful presence to you as you go about your day or evening. And normally I've been doing more content like this in games like Stardew Valley, Terraria, Undertale, Pal World, but I figured GTA 4 would be a fun one because of its immersive environment in the city. I've turned the SFX so low, it might be extremely low. Now this game came out in 2008, and from what I remember, it's based on, or the developers from Rockstar, from the gaming company, based it on New York City, Manhattan, in the late 2000s. So here are actually two cars that I've picked up. Now, I have been doing missions, and right now, as Nico with my cousin Roman, we are in our new hideout in the Bohan area. And so I've met some of the characters like Elizabeth and Manny and Playboy X, I think is his name. And then Dwayne, I think, who's connected to Playboy. But yeah, the purpose of making a video like this is I just want to create relaxing content using games. And my apologies for any background noise that might be in my particular location right now. But as I was saying earlier, I feel like GTA 4, with its immersive environment in a new NYC, a New York City inspired location, would actually be really great to walk around. Okay, so Kiki is calling.
Thanks, Kiki. The cops do give me a hard time for no reason. I'll talk to you soon.
That's cool. Now, I am playing this in a somewhat blind playthrough with some tips here and there. So there's a lot to the game that I have not explored or discovered yet, but I have been able to unlock online dating. I think that was through Brucey, the friend of Roman, and then I went to the internet cafe and I've met Kiki and also Carmen through online dating. And I believe that unlocked some kind of bonus features that can help me for missions. Now, normally I'm actually driving around a lot in this area, rushing from one mission to the next. But being able to just walk around, it reminds me of the pleasant experience, even in a kind of grayish, more drab landscape like Liberty City here. There's something great about just being able to walk around. Walk around, especially a city like New York, taking in the sight and sounds, and I know that I've turned down, the sound effects. But part of me also is enjoying the fact that I don't have to rely on the map. Usually when I'm driving, I actually have to rely on the map, but I'm taking the liberty just to take everything in. And actually, I've opened up quite a bit of the map. If I were to... So all the areas that have icons on there I've opened up so far, and I think this area on the left I have not opened up yet, which I'm assuming will open up with more And actually what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to open up the sound a little bit more. It should come with more missions, completing more missions. At the time of this recording, I know that GTA 6 is coming out in a few months. In, let's see, I think like 2 or 3 months or so. And I know there's going to be a lot of excitement around that. I've talked about it in my first Relax With Me video for GTA 4 that I put on my channel, that I missed out on the GTA saga because I wasn't a PC gamer. I was mostly a Nintendo gamer. So I was on console playing Mario Kart, you know, Breath of the Wild, and then in recent years I got into PC, largely because I use PC for my work as an animator, as an animation artist, and that's what opened the door for me to discover Steam. And then from Steam I started to get into a couple games. I think one of the first big releases I got into was Cyberpunk 2077, and that was actually probably a year or two after its initial release, so I didn't experience the bugs that a lot of that, or I guess, you know, the game was released with.
Shit, you can do that? Might be real useful, Carmen. I'll talk to you soon.
Nico has some of the funniest lines, and I think this is another benefit of dating Carmen, is that I'm now able to get, I guess, healing from her if I call her. Actually, it'd be really interesting to see. So let's say Carmen. Oh, okay, so health boost. And then, not Elizabetta. Trying to find Kiki. Clear wanted. Okay, so that's like if the cops are after me. That's good to know. So if I go further down here, I think it's just going to be more kind of industrial harbor area, but let's actually go back to the city. I'll do a little jogging since it'll get me faster to the street. That's another thing I actually do like about this game, is the weather and environment and change of day. I don't know if there's change of seasons. For example, like, are we going to see snow at some point later on? But that's something so I actually did pick up GTA 5, which I know that game came out 2013. GTA 4 came out 2008. Oh. So not trying to aggravate, just walking through the neighborhood in a very relaxed way. I like also positioning the camera in sort of this low angle. That's kind of nice too. And being able to walk around, I actually notice a lot more details. You know, like the graffiti. I guess this is a liquor store, the Bohan. Because normally when I'm driving around, kind of like in real life, when we drive around and we move around so quickly, we miss out on all the small details of just everyday life around us. That was well timed in terms of the dialogue. I'm looking at the billboard up there, classics, original hip-hop classics, non-stop. It probably is advertising one of the radio channels. Doing a little jaywalking here. I'm also trying not to brandish any of my weapons, so I'm pretty much just bare hands right now. And I never noticed the detail of the flies actually over the garbage. That's interesting. Can I actually open? I don't think I can open this, right? Yeah. One of the things I do find really interesting about this game, because it's almost 20 years old at the time of this recording. This game is kind of a time capsule. I think I talked about it before. It's kind of like a time capsule of the era, you know, that we were in. If you're alive at that time or have, you know, recollection of it from your memory. You've got the phones, the technology, the emerging, you know, internet. Well, internet was around, but in terms of like social media, you know, dating websites, that kind of thing. You know, I'm not sure when Craigslist came out, but it kind of reminds me of things like that too. I actually have no idea even like how far I am right now from how far I am from my home. Okay, not too far, but I'll keep walking up here. But one thing that I've actually really appreciated doing more cozy content online, whether it's Stardew or some of the other games I mentioned, is that it really helped me to realize the benefit of just taking your time, doing things at your own pace. So this kind of like slow gaming is very, very relaxing to me. Now I know the game for GTA 4 is meant to be more high stakes, higher, faster pace, going from mission to mission. You're in your car, your vehicle, you're rushing around. So I totally get that. But I also like to. One of the things I really find enjoyable and creative about games and gameplay is when you can find ways to experience games maybe in not necessarily the way that they're initially intended, but you can find these alternative ways to enjoy the game. And it's very satisfying. Like I'm able to take time to read the signs right here. They've got the usual 555 first three digits of a phone number, because I think that indicates, phone numbers that are not applicable to real life. But this kind of makes me think of, it's been several years since I've been in New York, but this actually reminds me of parts of like Brooklyn. Just in terms of some of the signage. Although obviously it's not I don't think it's necessarily a one for one. Okay, so we're back in the game. I had to reload in due to a technical issue, so basically I'm editing this back into this current Relax With Me video. And in the brief interim when I had to restart, it actually made me think about how I'm approaching this game. It's almost like a walking simulator. It's like civilian simulator in the big city. I know some people have talked about Death Stranding kind of being like I think is it Death Stranding? Being a kind of like a walking simulator type game. It's the Hideo Kojima game. I actually haven't played it, but that might be an interesting one to try out in the future, especially if it is more about like walking around and doing kind of like, simple missions here and there. I don't know if it's a simple game. My assumption is that it's probably quite complex. But like I was saying earlier, one of the things that I really just enjoy, and I'm dropping the camera low right here because it looks really beautiful with the sun starting to set. And just cycling through some of the weapons that I have right now. This is actually often, in real life, my favorite time of the day, when the sun is about to set. Or even just a few moments after the sun is set and you have that dusk feeling. I want to cross over here. Obviously there's no street lights I see, so I don't know if that technically was jaywalking or not. But actually, even just like looking at the NPCs, I'm looking at her shoes. Her red shoes or sneakers stood out to me. But yeah, this really reminds me of, parts of New York, the really high-rise, apartment buildings. Can I actually... Oh, okay. This is like targeting someone if I wanted to fight them. Interesting. Kiki's calling again.
Hey, Nico. I know it's really hard for you here and that you're being persecuted by the authorities. If you ever feel like the police are after you for no reason, give
This happened a little bit earlier, but
Way with the DA, and I can
I think because I had to restart,
Thanks, Kiki. The cops do give me a hard time for no reason.
they're
I'll talk to you soon.
presenting this feature again where if I call Kiki, you can take away the wanted level. El Pedro Jewelry Shop, buy and sale gold, diamond, and silver. I'm curious about the phones too. Like, I think the phones are just decorative, right? I don't think you can actually do anything to the phones. Because, you know, we're carrying a cell phone to begin with. Oh, look at the... Oh, for a second I thought there were these sparks that were coming out of those cranes over there. Like, actually, if someone was working on them. I got something from Kiki. Text message. Call me, I need you, Nico. That was from Kiki, right? Was that from Kiki? Call me, I need you. Okay. Is she in trouble? What's going on?
Hello there, Kiki. You, want me to take you out on a date?
Nico, I can't see you again right away. If we're going to turn this into something serious, we have to behave ourselves.
I don't like being told no, Kiki.
That's funny. So, I got a text message from her, right? It says, call me, I need you, right? And then I called her. That's funny. I don't know what was going on there. Maybe I misinterpreted the message somehow. Let's head over here. It's like, okay, see, there's another text message. Call me, I need you, Nico. Maybe we'll hold off, because I just called her right now. There's a cop right there, so we gotta be careful. Hello, officer.
We don't need any watchdogs around here.
I've always wondered, especially because I talked about doing a lot of content like Stardew Valley, if you could do a 3D immersive mod for Stardew Valley and walk around like in GTA. I think there actually is a mod for that in Stardew. I think a friend of mine was telling me about that, like a first person. I should give it a try sometime in the future. And I feel like Stardew Valley is a game, probably like GTA 4 and 5, where the game ultimately never really becomes old, right? You can always find things to do. I was saying earlier that I actually did pick up GTA 5, but I haven't loaded it in yet. I'm basically just focusing on trying to do GTA 4 right now. But eventually I'll go into 5 and explore some of that. Oh, I was not intending to do this mission. I don't know if I can cancel out of the mission, but I think what I'll do right now is I'll just keep walking around a little bit longer and then we'll wrap this particular session. This is Nico, Cozy Gamer Bellic. Not worried about having to do any objectives or being bossed around. Just taking life easy. Burger Shot. Okay, so that's the burger company. I like the sound of the dial tones, which is very reminiscent of the late 2000s, where a lot of the ringtones were songs, and I think a lot of mainstream musicians were making, you know, some income from that. You know, that was actually an income stream for that, where they would sell the rights, or I guess license fees for using their music to the phone companies. I was trying to look over at that laundromat right over there and see if I could actually go in there or peek through the window. And I'm hoping for a, you know, with GTA 6 coming out, I'm curious to see how immersive it is in terms of the environment if it's set in this Leonida and it's inspired by Miami, if there are, shops and stores you can go in, can you actually do, shopping, interacting with people in the city more? Now, maybe some of that can already be done in GTA 5. I don't know because I haven't played it yet. I think this is a train station, right? Up here? Yeah, I'm hearing the train. So what I might do is I might just hop up there, take a look at the train station, and we might wrap up the session for today. San Quentin Avenue. Okay. That's another thing too that I feel as I do more missions in this game, my hope is that I can get more familiar with the map, and that way it becomes more second nature to me. Because I find like driving around and trying to do missions, sometimes I'm getting a little lost on where the streets are. Even though you have, this map that shows you the locations, but if there's like a time limit to certain missions, sometimes it gets a little hard to track. But yeah, the train left. I'm sure another will come some down. Another one will come somewhere down the line. But I think we're gonna wrap it up for today. Just a easygoing walk through the city, noticing more of the details here and there. Yeah, there's a train right there. Actually, let's see if we can hop on. And as we're hopping on, I think we're gonna wrap it up for today. Thanks for coming along. I hope you have a good day, good night. This is Gigi Calvin signing out. Talk to you later. Okay, bye-bye.